So a while back I made a video about some things I want to see in Mario Odyssey. Expect to hear my conclusion to that video today. Anyways, Mario Odyssey has hit the shelves and is now hitting people in the face with how colorful and amazing it is. I mean, a 3D Mario game in the same style of Mario 64 and Sunshine on a portable gaming console? Of course it's going to be a huge sensation. But now that I've beaten the game, not completed it, but I've beaten it, allow me to share my thoughts on it. And this will mostly be a no spoiler review. Whenever I get to a point where I may spoil something, I'll let you know when you can skip it. But without further ado, here's my opinion on Super Mario Odyssey. The game starts off in the middle of the action with Peach being kidnapped, so Bowser can forcibly marry her. Mario tries to get her back but fails and his hat is ripped apart in the process. Aww. Then we wind up in the Cap Kingdom where we meet Cappy. Cappy informs us that his sister was kidnapped by Bowser and is being used as Peach's tiara. So the pair decides to work together to save the girls by finding power moons to power up the hat airship named the Odyssey to follow Bowser to each kingdom. Pretty simple plot, but hey, at least Bowser is trying to do more with Peach than just kidnap her. Then again, didn't the two kinda get married before? Oh well, that didn't count. Oh, and Bowser ditched his children to hire the Brutals, 4 bunny wedding planners with swanky outfits and unique abilities to fight you with. This guy's the easiest though. So that's the story, but let's talk about the game. It's a Mario game. Nuff said. But it feels just as good as the other 3D Mario games, with Mario retaining his usual jumping arsenal, with an added rolling move to pick up speed. Unfortunately, Mario's long jump doesn't seem as good as in Galaxy or in 64 where he literally had rockets in his pants, but it still gets stuff done. And you can get pretty far distances with what I call Cappy crossing. Long jump, Cappy throw, dive, bounce, Cappy throw, dive. Speaking of Cappy, he's the main gimmick of the game, and man is he fun to use. I love taking over enemies and forcing them to do my will. My favorite has to be the tank because it's fun to blow stuff up. But there are a lot of things to take over, each having a specific ability they can use to help you on the journey. And about the journey, this game is insanely easy. Don't expect to die very much. And even if you do, you just lose 10 coins, so not really a punishment. And I mentioned power moons? Well, you need to reach a certain threshold before you can move on to the next kingdom, indicated by the little circles in the top left corner. Think unlocking doors with X amount of stars in 64. But my main gripe is these moons are literally sitting in plain sight for you to wander up to. It's like, okay, I got a moon, but I don't feel like I did anything to deserve it. Plus the moons are everywhere! There are something like 600 or so moons to collect. More collectibles than any other Mario game has ever had. And most of them are just walking up to them or doing a menial task to get one. Talk to a drummer? Get a moon. Smack this wall? Get a moon. Grandpa on the spot? Get a moon. Go in a you get it. Now there are usually 2 to 3 big tasks to be done to resolve whatever problem is going on in each kingdom, and usually involving a boss. But in the space of completing those major tasks, I usually ended up finding more than enough moons to move on. Basically, if your goal in the game is to beat Bowser and to get to the end credits, it'll be a breeze and over in a few hours. However, the real challenge comes when you want to complete the game. Sure, you've beaten Bowser and world is at peace, but you will only have somewhere around 200 or so moons casually. Now it's time to get the rest. And don't worry, getting more moons unlocks more stuff to do, so it's worth it. Like, think about Breath of the Wild. You can easily go to all 4 Guardians and then straight to Hyrule Castle to beat Ganon, but there is so much in that game to explore and discover that just beelining it for the end seems wasteful and like you're not experiencing the true potential of the game. That's how beating Mario Odyssey without getting all the moons feels to me. And I know I haven't gotten all the moons yet, but I'm still in the process. It's only been a couple days, guys. Come on, give me a break. These levels have so much detail and love poured into them that you can't just be done with the game without fully exploring them either. Plus, there are a bunch of moons that are only available after you've beaten Bowser. Now, some of the moons will be pretty hard to find since you've probably already got the one sitting in front of you, and some of the tasks to get them do get more challenging. Luckily, if you can't figure out where some moons are, there's a hint toad and hint parrot to tell you where to go and how to get them. So keep going for total completion. I mean, Mario 64 and Sunshine you don't need to get all the stars or shines, but people still do it to fully partake in what those games have to offer. And this is no different, just there's a lot more to get. Okay, so now I'm going to get into a couple spoilers, just so I can give you guys my response to that 5 desires list I made. And keep in mind, I haven't fully completed getting all the moons, so I'm sorry if one of these desires I think is right, but is actually wrong. Anyways, don't expect major story spoilers, but even if you don't want to hear any spoilers at all, you can just click on the timestamp here on the screen, and that'll go to my final thoughts and my ranking. Okay, everybody gone? Okay, here we go. Number 1, lots of kingdoms. Yes. Well, enough I guess. There aren't as many as in Mario 64, but there are more than in Sunshine. And that's fine because the kingdoms are really fun and have so much to do in them that it really feels like you're exploring and experiencing so many cool and unique things. Plus, late game there's even more stuff to do and more moons to collect. Number 2, difficulty. Not really. I complained about this already, but this game is really easy. At first. Late game it still has pretty simple moons, but it's a Mario game. They've never really been hard to play in the first place. And some moons will take a couple tries, but they're still not going to be that hard. The difficulty really lies in finding them all. Number 3, Luigi. Spoiler alert, no. From the amount that I've played, Luigi is not in the game. But his clothes are. You can get Luigi's outfit, which is more than what Sunshine and 64 did, so I guess that's okay. Doesn't change the gameplay mechanics though. Number 4, Starman. No. I was really bummed and bitter about this one, but there's no Starman theme in the entire game. When I saw the amiibo of Mario that makes him invincible, I got really excited. But nope, doesn't play a Starman theme, it plays some other theme, so that made me really upset. I mean, I really wanted this. If you listen to the other list, you know that the Starman theme is my favorite song of all time. So I was sad that I didn't get to hear a Mario Odyssey rendition of it. But oh well, I guess I can live. I mean, Sunshine didn't have one either, so I'll move on. Number 5, Daisy in Sarasa Land. Spoiler alert, no. I was really passionate about wanting Daisy in this game, since Pauline was also already in the game. And throughout waiting for the game to come out, I constantly told people I wanted her. I even said I'd get super mad if she wasn't in the game. However, I started playing the game and I just figured Daisy wouldn't fit in. I mean, they had all of these really unique places and things for Mario to experience and to see. Sure, they had Pauline in there, but it was this huge city that no one had ever seen, and I figured I could move on without a Sarasa Land. They also didn't put in Delfino Plaza, which could have totally been in the game, but they did have a different beach setting, so that worked instead. I still hope that Sarasa Land will come back someday in a first-party Mario or Luigi game, but I can live without it in Mario Odyssey. And hey, maybe if we complain enough we can get DLC. There was also a minor 6th thing that I wanted in the game, and that was Yoshi. Spoiler alert? Yes. But I will not reveal anything else, just know that he is in the game. Somewhere. Okay, the spoilers are over now. So Mario Odyssey, although on the easy side, is still an incredible Nintendo game. I think I still prefer Mario 64 over it, just because that's my favorite Mario game ever. But Mario Odyssey has definitely made a positive impact on my life. It's so joyous and exciting and colorful, and I'm glad it lived up to the crazy hype it was receiving. I can't wait for another game like it. I mean, I don't think it's super perfect, but it's still phenomenal. Hopefully Nintendo will realize how much we love it and make more of these kind of games too. Or just re-release Mario 64 on the Switch. Now that would be amazing. So now let me introduce you to my ranking system, with this being my first review ever. I do it weird. I rank based on my personal ranking of breakfast food. It's basically from 1 to 5, with 1 being cereal and milk for breakfast, 2 is pancakes, 3 is waffles, 4 is French toast, and 5 is steak and eggs. And yes, that's a real breakfast that I've had at a real restaurant. So that being said, I give Mario Odyssey steak and eggs for breakfast. If it had more difficulty and some of those dream things I wanted, which if you didn't listen to, that's okay, then it would have been the perfect game for me and I would have basically died in ecstasy. But even though it didn't, this game is incredible, and if you don't own it, then get to GameStop with $500 or $360, buy a Switch, and play this game. It's the one game everyone needs to play and enjoy. Thank you for listening to my review, everyone. My name is Andy Blarg, and I hope you have a great day.